What is up, guys? My name is Pocketcraft and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over the best Venusaur EX deck in Pokemon TCG Pocket. If you find this video helpful and if you like this deck, please hit that subscribe button. We're really pushing to 10k subscribers and we'd love to have you as part of the team. So the way this deck works is it's built around Venusaur EX and Exeggutor EX, and there's a really important reason why. I absolutely love this deck and I think you guys are going to enjoy it as well. It's really powerful. Venusaur is an absolute tank with 190 HP, and his attack, Giant Bloom, heals 30 damage. If you pair that with Erica and a potion, you can heal up to 100 damage per turn on your Venusaur, making him an absolute monster. But Venusaur's main weakness is he takes 4 energy before you can use Giant Bloom, which takes a while to set up. So the way this deck functions, the reason it's so good is we pair it with Exeggutor EX. Exeggutor can only do a max of 80 damage, but you only need 1 energy card, and he also is pretty bulky with 160 HP. So when you combine Exeggutor and Venusaur together with Erica and potions, this deck becomes super powerful. You can pair this with Leaf or with the X Speed. Personally, I would probably just go 2 Leafs over the X Speed. When I first built this deck, I only had 1 Leaf, and so I didn't do it yet, but now that I have 2, I would probably replace that there. So this deck is super powerful. But rather than just talk about how this deck works, I want to show you guys how it works. So we're going to watch some gameplay right here from one of my live streams where I use this deck, and you'll be able to see how it works. And he's still building decks. Alright, going second. I like to see what their little messages are. I haven't done much with messages. I should make a customized one. But we're opening up here. We start with Execute, which is great, but we don't have a Bulbasaur in our deck hand or an Exeggutor EX. So hopefully we'll get one of those here soon enough. But we'll see how this goes. Trying to get the chat up here. Seems like I'm having some issues. Haven't been able to see it yet. Here we are. Okay. Just got it open. Welcome. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being here, Ethan. And we're waiting here. Looks like our opponent is taking a minute. We'll see if we may have to dip. And they are running a new Mythical Island set. Looks like they got Mew EX going. Let me know in the comments, what's your favorite card from the new set? I like Mew a lot, and I think Vaporeon might be one of my favorites as well. But let me know what your favorite one is in the comment section down below. Looks like you're talking about Venusaur would look great with the new Superior. I think that is a great point, Ethan. I think that would work really well. As you guys can see in the chat here, I am thinking about starting up a merch shop. I think I'm going to revamp it and see if I can come up with some really cool merch for you guys. So let me know what you'd be most interested. I've thought about, for my Cobblemon viewers, we could create kind of a custom mouse pad. I could also do t-shirts, hoodies, socks, really anything. So let me know what you guys would be interested in, what you think is cool, because really at the end of the day, we're doing this to try and make you guys happy. But let me know. Full Art, Marshadow, and Celebi are your favorites, Ethan. Those are both really sweet. I have Celebi, but I haven't gotten Marshadow yet, so I would like to try that out. Let's see, we do get Bulbasaur here. We don't have Exeggutor yet, so I'm not entirely sure. We'll put an energy on Bulbasaur for now. Not Bulbasaur, Execute. That may have been a mistake. In retrospect, I probably should have started powering up Bulbasaur, but I kind of want to start getting damage on Mew here before he gets too powered up. Looks like he's going to power up Mewtwo first, which I'm okay with for now. We can tank a hit from Mewtwo pretty well with both of our Pokemon, so that's pretty good. We don't get Exeggutor yet, so I probably should have focused originally just on powering up Venusaur. That may be our best bet for now. We do get our other Bulbasaur out, so we're set up on all our basic Pokemon. We just need to pull Exeggutor and we will be set pretty well. I'm a huge fan of this Full Art Bulbasaur. I think it is an awesome design. Bulbasaur is definitely one of my favorite starter Pokemon of all time. It's a little bit difficult to play Venusaur in the meta right now. He just takes a little bit longer to set up than other Pokemon. You can ramp it up with Lilligant, which is also another really good strategy. But we might lose this one. Looks like he's going to go into Mewtwo, which will one-hit KO us here, which is unfortunate. So we'll have to decide what our strategy is. I think I'm going to go We're going to send out Bulbasaur. He can tank one hit unless he's got a Gardevoir in the back. And then we'll lose out there. And see, there we go. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Now, I put Leaf in here because Alolan Exeggutor does have a 3 retreat cost. But I would like to save it, but we're going to use it now just so we don't lose another Mon. And we'll get Alolan Exeggutor up and running. We did not have a great start in this one, so we may end up losing the first one, but hopefully we can pull through with a dub here. The nice thing is our Pokemon really can tank. If he evolves into a Gardevoir in the back here, we're going to be in trouble, but as long as he doesn't have Gardevoir, and if we can get heads, we're in a good shape. So I'll get 80 damage. If we can get heads next turn and he doesn't have a potion, we can take care of Mewtwo, and we just got to focus on ramping up Venusaur. So we'll see what he does here. If he's got Gardevoir, things are going to get a lot more difficult. You like hoodies, Ethan? Hoodies are sweet. I'm a big fan of hoodies in general. I think are probably my favorite. But I'd like to offer a couple different options for you guys. So we'll see. It looks like his connection is maybe a little slow, or he takes a while to make decisions. But that's all right. I am a pretty big fan of this deck that we've been running. I've been wanting to come up with a deck to use with Venusaur for a while and haven't liked a ton of them, but I think this is probably my favorite. Like I said, if you're looking for other good Venusaur decks, Ethan pointed out it pairs pretty well with the new Serperior. It also goes really well with Lilligant. That one works as well, but I think I like the Exeggutor one better. Exeggutor is just more tanky. It doesn't ramp up energy as fast, but I've found sometimes you can win just with Exeggutor, which you don't often win with just Lilligant. So they're going very slow there. Ooh, I don't love that. I don't want to go into Venusaur yet because he's not ready. So we're going to go into Bulbasaur and hope that we draw an X speed, but we'll see if it does. I don't know why he did that, actually. That was pretty unnecessary on his point with the Sabrina, because he can fully power up Mewtwo here. So if I were him, I probably would have just done all the damage on Exeggutor. That actually is okay with us. That he Sabrina'd, it'll give us an extra turn here. We do lose Bulbasaur, but since both of our other Pokemon are Pokemon EX, doesn't really matter if either of them die. We're down for the count anyways. And so we'll just have to hope that Exeggutor gets heads here. If we don't get heads, we're going to be in quite a bit of trouble. But if we can pull out a heads, shoot. Okay, that was not what I was hoping for. We'll need to pull... We don't have Leaf anymore, so we're probably going to need to pull Erica here, or I think we lose. But if we pull Erica or another potion, I think we should be safe. The problem is that he can just ramp up another Pokemon in the back otherwise. But we'll see what happens here. He's going to do 150 damage, which is a lot. We will take him out next turn, but I think any of his Pokemon on the bench would have been able to knock us out if we didn't just pull Erica, but we did. Now, I thought we were going to lose, and we still might. I don't want to jinx us because he does have Gardevoir in the back, which is pretty dangerous. But we do get healed up here. Mew will need at least 3 energy, so it'll take 2 turns for it to be fully powered up to be able to take us out. So we get Tails, but that's okay. We should take him out here. And then I think the strategy is we'll probably want to try and retreat into Venusaur, but we'll need to pull our X speed for that to happen. So it's still going to be close, but we do have another Erica in the deck, as well as another potion, and so we definitely have a chance here. It'll take him 2 turns to be set up, so we might have this. This will be a close one. But for those of you who are just joining the stream, let us know what your favorite new Mythical Island card is. I'm a big fan, like I said earlier, of Mew and Vaporeon. Celebi's pretty cool too, though, so let me know what you think. And sorry this guy is a little bit slow here. Hopefully our next battles go a little quicker, but I think we should have a pretty good chance here. He may end up retreating into his other Mewtwo. That may actually be what the play is here for him. We'll see what he does. I don't think so. Okay, yeah, Mew will be able to do a lot of damage next turn, especially because, okay, is it your opponent's active Pokemon? So he will be able to do a max of 80 damage next turn to us if he gets heads. But with Erica here, we should be safe. So I think we gotta decide where to put energy. I I'm going to put it on here so we can retreat if need be next turn. And hopefully we get heads here. We do not. We go for tails. But that's okay. I think, yeah, next turn we can retreat into Venusaur and we should be able to take him out. I don't think he'll be able to beat us here. He could try and pull some retreat tactics, which it looks like he may be doing into Mewtwo. Oh, and he does have the 2 Gardevoir. So that was a big change up. Okay, that changes things. He may be able to beat us now. I still think we might have a shot here, but 2 Gardevoir in the back is pretty dangerous. He won't be able to knock us out this turn, but next turn he's going to be able to hit for pretty big damage. We've used both of our Ericas, but I think we should be pretty close. So we will have to retreat. Hopefully we get X speed, and we do not, unfortunately. So I would rather have been able to use Venusaur's big attack this next turn, but we are unable to do that. So we'll have to retreat into Venusaur here, and we can hit him for 60 damage, which means as long as he doesn't have a potion, which I can't remember if he's used 1 or 2. Maybe he hasn't used any potions. I had thought he used a potion, but I don't see any, but I don't think he has any, hopefully. As long as he doesn't use a potion, we're safe. But if he does use a potion, we're in trouble. He's going for another retreat. That is unfortunate. Between the Budding Expeditioner here and these 2 right here, there is a lot that he can do. And shoot, I just realized he's going to be able to use Giant Bloom on us. So we may... I think we lose. Yeah, he's going to use Giant Bloom, and then next turn I think he's going to retreat into Mewtwo, and he'll take us out. So that was close. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do. We'll hit him with the Giant Bloom just in case he hasn't thought of that, but I think that is going to be an L for our first one. But that's okay. That was pretty close, and this is probably, the deck we're facing right now, I think is actually probably going to be one of the most popular decks in the meta. Between the 2 Gardevoir and Budding Expeditioner there with Mew, there's a lot you can do that becomes pretty dangerous. But yeah, they're going to retreat, and we will get the L here. Ethan, do you think you should use all 84 of your pack hourglasses now or save up for a pack of 10? Personally, I like to save up for 10. I think it's more fun just to open 10 at once, and so I always save up and use my hourglasses to do 10 at once. But realistically, at the end of the day, it doesn't make much of a difference, right? It'll equal out to the same amount of time either way. I do feel like I get a slight advantage when I do 10, just because I don't have, if I'm doing them just to speed up time, I feel like sometimes I miss it, do it less often, and I may not get the full advantage out of it. So I think 10 is usually better, but if you want to use all 84 right now, you're more than welcome to do that, and I don't think it'll make a huge difference in the end. I personally just like opening 10 at once more. But we're going in here. Hopefully this next one goes better. It looks like we're against a dark deck, but we do get the almost perfect setup right now with our deck. So we'll see. It looks like it's going to be a Weezing deck is my guess, which is a little dangerous. But if we can get a Bulbasaur right here, we have the best setup possible, which we do. So as long as we don't get red carded, we're going first so we can evolve next turn and attack with Executor. And then we can start setting up Bulbasaur on the bench, which will be a pretty good spot for us. He may pull out Weezing, which is always annoying to deal with, and so we'll have to deal with that, but I think we got a pretty good chance. Both of our Pokemon are pretty tanky. So luckily this guy seems to be going faster. He's not doing it as slow as the other guy, which is nice. It's really unfortunate when you're going to be against someone who has this bad Wi-Fi connection. It just takes forever. And I feel like there's a lot of times you're just sitting and waiting, and sometimes I'm just tempted to concede so I can go into a quicker battle, but maybe that says something about my patience. So we'll evolve into Executor here, and I think we'll put a potion on him just so he's at full health, and then his job is just going to be to tank and get off as much damage as possible while we set up Venusaur. Now if we get heads here, that would be epic. We do. So we knock out Coughing here first turn, and then we'll have to. That sets him back 1 energy, which is always nice. I mean, Weezing doesn't take much energy anyways, but I am pretty happy with that. Now, like I said, this is the best startup, because right off the bat, we have the ability to do 80 damage our first turn where we can attack, which is really hard to go against with most other decks. He actually does have probably one of the best decks for it. Wheezing is pretty tanky, and he evolves quickly as well, and only needs 1 energy. So that is unfortunate, and he probably has Koga in the back, but I think we're in a pretty good spot. He's going to do a lot of damage here, but I think we'll probably go for an Erica, and then we'll just keep setting up in the back. I may wait a turn for Erica. Let's see, we'll evolve here. I think, yeah, we have 160. We're in Erica. I want to be as high in health as possible while we set up. My main strategy here is, again, it just takes a long time to set up Venusaur, and so the longer Exeggutor can be out here battling, the better. Because once Venusaur is set up between Giant Bloom, and then if you have any more potions and Erica in the back, he is pretty hard to take down. And so by the time he's set up, you have a pretty good chance of winning, but it just takes a while. And so if Exeggutor can do some work for us here, we'll be in good shape. Unfortunately, he is probably going to Koga, which I don't love, and he's setting up Muck in the back, which is pretty dangerous because we are poisoned. So for those of you who don't know, Muck, when you are poisoned, does 120 damage, which would take us out right here. So that is not great, but I don't think there's anything we can really do about it. We could try and retreat, but I don't think it's worth it. I think I'd rather just try and get Venusaur set up, because even if he knocks out Exeggutor next turn, which is possible if he has Koga in the back, we will be pretty well set up with Venusaur. So we do get heads, which is awesome. If he doesn't have Koga, then we'll be able to take care of Wheezing. But since he has Wheezing and Muck here, it's almost guaranteed Koga's in the deck. He may just not have it in his hand, but we'll see. He'll play it right here if he has it. And, okay, Pokeball. Let's see. This could be good for us if he doesn't play Koga. But there we go. Yeah, Koga comes in. Muck goes out. Now, our best bet, if we could pull Leaf this turn, we would be in a pretty good position. We'll see, because he can't attack us yet. And now we got to decide what to do. So I don't want to lose Exeggutor, but I don't want to go waste an energy to retreat, because Muck's going to do 70 damage, and he has another Koga in there somewhere. I'm going to risk it and sack Exeggutor. I don't know if that's the best bet, but it's what we're going to do. We'll get off 80 damage here, which is awesome. So Venusaur will be able to one-shot Muck, and then we'll hopefully be able to take out the rest of his Pokemon before he can set him up. Because Muck is going to be the main way he does damage here, and he takes a while to set up, so I don't think he'll have enough time to set up another Muck before we are able to take out 3 of his Pokemon. So it's a bit of a risk, but we're going to go for it, because he can't Koga this turn and attack. He'd have to choose. And so we'll see, and I'm assuming he's going to attack to get rid of Exeggutor. So that does give him 2 points, which is unfortunate, but we already have 1, and I'm banking that we can do another one here. So we'll see what happens. Venusaur is fully set up, and so I think we got the chance here. We do get our full art Venusaur, which I like a lot. That was it's one of the rarest cards we've pulled, and the ones I've been most excited about. And I think this is going to be a dub. I don't want to jinx us, but I think we got it. So we'll go here. Let me know if you guys have seen any other Venusaur deck variants that you like. I'm always looking for new deck ideas, but I think this one is probably my favorite one that I've run into. And so we should have this one here. He's going to go for Gas Leak. The poison is annoying, but Giant Bloom will counteract most of it. And then we do have 1 more potion and 1 more Erica in our deck. And so I don't think there's really anything that he can do here. It'll take too much time for him to set up Venusaur. Not Venusaur, Muck. We'll pull here, see what we come up with. We might as well start setting up another Venusaur just in case, but I don't think it'll be necessary. But it's always good to be prepared. Giant Bloom, and I think next turn we should win no matter what. Unless he Kogas and evolves into Muck, it'll take us 2 more turns, but I don't think there's any way for him to win at this point. So we'll see if he Kogas or attacks. my guess is he will Koga. And he has the full art Koga, which is actually pretty sweet. But he's going to go into Grimer here. If he evolves, it'll take him an extra turn before he gets knocked out. But if he doesn't evolve, then okay. So he probably should have just conceded there. Maybe he doesn't realize how many points are on the board, but we should be good. So there we go. That'll be 1 for 1 right now. 1 win, 1 loss. We'll see. Depending on the time, I like to stream for about 30 minutes or so, and so we may not be able to get a full 5 in. We'll try and hit 5, but we'll hope to at least get a winning record here. Ethan, you said you just beat a Mewtwo deck without him ending any of your cards. That's awesome. Good work. The Mewtwo deck is a little bit difficult to go against. Like you guys saw, I just lost to one. And so that's pretty impressive. What deck were you running? It's always, I think it's good to share ideas. And we're in, I don't know that there's honestly much of a difference between beginner or trading card game player, but we're going to be crazy and try the advanced one and see how it goes. I haven't even tried it out yet. There's not really much of a point for it because you do get the same amount of experience each way, but if you want more of a challenge, this is where you should go. But from what I've seen, I've battled in both a couple times, and I feel like the decks are pretty comparable most of the time. Most people are just going off of what they see on YouTube anyways, and so you see kind of the same decks over and over again. But as always, we'll start with the execute and hope we pull an executor here soon. Looks like we're going against one of the new decks here. We've got Delmice here, and we'll see if we come against a Celebi deck or Superior or what this guy's pulling. We do pull Executor, which is awesome. We'll have to hope he doesn't red card us. I feel like most people don't run red card though. I don't love running it. It can be useful. Like right here, it would really bother me if he red carded me, but I personally just am not a huge fan of using red card. I feel like there's other cards that just do more for me. But it is a good way to troll people, which can be fun to do. And he has got set up there 2 Pokeballs and Professor's Research. He's going to have most of his cards, Pokemon cards by now. Looks like it is going to be a Superior Celebi EX deck. I think this is basically the same one that's in the Step Up solo battles. So this one is a little bit difficult. We'll see how it goes. Celebi can do a lot of damage once it gets set up. It is reliant on coin tosses, so we could get really lucky or unlucky. But we do get Executor set up, so we should be able to get off some good damage here. And we get heads, which is awesome. That's going to force him into a decision here. He'll either have to play Leaf to retreat, or waste an energy and an X speed, or lose Delmice. So we should be in a pretty good spot here. You were running Pikachu, Zapdos, Voltorb, an Electrode, and Dedenne deck. All right, that's a pretty sweet deck. That is one that I really like, so that one works super well. And oh, I forgot about Erica and potions, which is weird because that's the whole basis of my deck. But he was able to heal up quite a lot there, which is pretty annoying. So it'll take us a longer turn to get him down. He's definitely trying to save time to set up his Celebi, which is dangerous. But in a way, I'm okay with it because that gives us more time to set up our Venusaur. And we get another heads here, which is huge. So unless he's got Leaf, Delmice is going down. I'm a little bit worried about this Celebi because the more energy he gets on him, the more dangerous he is. It's just an extra coin flip each time. And so we could be in some trouble here. But luckily Celebi doesn't have a whole lot of health, so if we can just get off 2 hits on it, it'll go down. But it'll be a little bit scary to see what happens. We'll have to try and get Venusaur set up as soon as possible. But I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Delmice will go down no matter what this turn. We got 3 heads in a row, which is awesome. I would have honestly low-key preferred a Tails there to hopefully have better luck the next time. Not that it actually works like that, but we would rather have 80 damage here on Celebi. But I think we're in a pretty good spot. He'll have the potential for 200 damage this turn if he puts another energy on Celebi, which is kind of scary. But as long as he doesn't get 4 heads, we'll live it. So see what he pulls. That is pretty stressful. Oh, he gets 8 flips. Okay, I read Celebi wrong. We are actually in a really bad position then. I didn't realize how powerful Celebi is. I thought he got 1 flip per energy, but I guess it's 2 flips. So he needs a Tails. Okay, we barely live that. Holy cow. Flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. Oh, it's superior? Okay. I understand now. Apparently Superior's makes it count as 2. I thought Superior's ability only worked on himself, but apparently it works for Celebi too. So that makes for an insane combination, and that is pretty terrifying. But I think what we're just going to have to do is make him make a choice. We'll hit him with Exeggutor here. We get heads, which is huge because he's already used one of his Erica. And as long as he doesn't have another Erica and a potion in his hand and doesn't retreat, I think we've got this. But that Superior is terrifying. Yeah, he's going to retreat, which makes sense, and go into his other Celebi. And this is going to be a tricky one. I did not realize how powerful Celebi plus Superior is. And since that counts as 2, he can go for the double attack there. He does have another Erica in the back. So and a potion, so he could have just stayed in. I'm not sure why he switched, but we may lose this one, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, apparently all grass energies on your team count as 2. I had not paid enough attention to realize that. I should have used Erica on Exeggutor and we could have lived that, so that was a mistake on my part. But we still have a chance here, but it's going to be pretty close for sure. We've got an Erica and 2 potions in the back, which is helpful, as well as Leaf, so we can always retreat if need be. But we're going to go for a Giant Bloom here. We'll get 100 damage off. He's out of Erica and potions, so there's no more healing he can do. My guess is he'll retreat into his other one here and try and take us out, which he honestly has a pretty good chance. He's going to have 10 flips, I think, and so we will have to be really lucky to survive this. I think we are probably gonna lose this one. Dang, I didn't realize how powerful it is. I'm gonna have to build a Celebi Superior deck. This thing is gonna be insane. So see what he does. The flips haven't started yet, but I would be shocked. All he needs is 4, and he's got it. He's got more than that. Wow. That is insane. So we lose. We're 1 for 2 right now. This Venusaur Exeggutor deck I definitely planned before the new Mythical Island set dropped, and it did a lot better against the non-Mythical Island decks. But that is intense. So we're 1 for 2 right now. I mean 1 for 3. But I am definitely going to want to try out that Celebi deck. That's a new one for us to be looking at. And I guess maybe it does make a difference going into the advanced group, because that guy does already have all of his cards out. My guess is, unless he's really lucky, probably not a free-to-play player if he already has a full art Celebi and Superior, and then another Celebi and Superior. That would be kind of crazy to pull as a free-to-play player in the first 2 days of the set. So I guess that may be the difference if you're playing in the advanced mode here. You may come against some more players who pay. So we are not... This is kind of the worst start you can get with the Bulbasaur deck and Exeggutor deck, is starting with Bulbasaur, because he takes so long to set up. Looks like we're coming against one of the water decks here with Starmie. So they're going to set up really fast, which is pretty dangerous for us, especially when we don't have Execute. But my goal will probably be to see if we can get an X speed and switch into Execute at some point. Is probably our best bet, but we'll see what happens here. This deck, when they play it with Gyarados, it takes a little longer to set up, but if he's playing with Starmie, he can get set up pretty fast. And it looks like he will have a Gyarados as well. So, on the bright side, he's got to have 3 evolution cards to choose from, which could take a while for him to get what he wants. But other than that, it'll be a pretty good deck that we're playing against right here. So we do have Venusaur, which is sweet. We'll pull this. We've got Execute now. And if we can get an Exeggutor and an X speed, this would be the perfect Professor Oak. We get Erica and Exeggutor. We get one of what we asked for, so I can't be mad about that. And we'll just have to end our turn like that. You have 2 Gyarados EX, 1 Celebi, and 1 Full Art Marshadow from Wonder Pick so far. Wow, that is impressive, Ethan. You have been Wonder Picking well. You must have watched my videos about that. or just have amazing luck. So that's awesome. I will have to try and wonder pick more carefully. That's pretty sweet. I definitely am looking for another Celebi and Superior now. I have one of each, but after going into that last deck, I think that is definitely the one to play with. That was pretty intense. Hopefully he gets Tails here. Doesn't do, yeah, sweet. Because I mean, if he gets really lucky, he has the potential to do a lot of damage there with Eevee, but overall it's not the biggest card to be worried about. We will pull another Professor's Oak here, see if we get anything good. If not, we may just start attacking with Bulbasaur. We might as well until we get next speed, or we may even just end up setting ourselves up. If we can pull an Ivysaur, we might as well just stay in at this point. So he, luckily, like I was hoping, since he got so many basic Pokemon at the start, looks like he doesn't have his evolutions yet. Now, I may jinx myself and he might get it this turn, but as long as he doesn't evolve too quickly. There he goes into Vaporeon, which is unfortunate. That's a pretty powerful one, and it's the one where his ability is able to move some water Pokemon, which is some water energy, which is pretty dangerous, but he can only go one at a time. And so if we can knock him out before he gets set up, now he does get Misty, so we need him to pull a Tails, or we're going to lose Bulbasaur here, who is mostly set up, which stinks. And we do not. So he does do 60 damage, so I guess we will live, but just barely. So we will hopefully pull an X-Speed this turn, or Ivysaur is what we're going to need. And he's pretty much fully set up. If he gets a Starmie, we're in big trouble, so we really need to have more than 90 HP total so that we can live any hit that comes against us. So see, we do get Ivysaur. That does max us out at 90 HP, which I don't love because we can get knocked out by a Starmie, but I don't think we have much of another choice. We could have retreated, which maybe would have been the better move, but I'm just going to bank on that he doesn't pull Starmie this turn. But if he pulls it, then we're kind of screwed. But we still have Exeggutor in the back, so we might have a chance. Your friend showed you a pack opening of 10. He got all those, 2 full art Exeggutor, and then he said that's good and hung up without being able to process. Wow, that's a baller move by your friend there. That's a pretty sweet pull. I'm definitely shooting for Celebi. Let me know what cards you guys are trying to get out of the new pack. He's going to switch into Magikarp here, which is an interesting move. I'm not sure why he went for that. I guess he's probably just trying to keep his Vaporeon alive for the ability. But that means he doesn't have... This is pretty big, actually. This means he doesn't have a Starmie yet. And so he's going to try and set up. And I could have tried to stall him and gone into an execute and then went back out. But I'm actually okay with what he's doing, because it's going to allow us to be completely set up, and I think we're in a better spot here. We now have a pretty much fully set up Venusaur and Exeggutor, and he doesn't have much set up. I mean, we're only going to take out a Magikarp here, but his Vaporeon's almost down for the count. He does have 1 energy on a Staryu, which can be 2 because of Vaporeon. But overall, I think we're pretty safe. We can handle a Starmie EX. We can get off at least 1 hit with Exeggutor, and then Venusaur will be able to take it out. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. I think we should get the dub here, but I don't want to jinx ourselves. We'll see. If he's got another Misty and gets some crazy luck with a Gyarados, that could be the difference. So he does go here. Gyarados is very tanky, so that is a problem, especially because he could, he's going to retreat into Gyarados probably, and then send those 3 energy plus 1 more. So that is a bit of a problem. Gyarados could do a lot of damage to us, and he does discard an energy, which is super annoying. It could be annoying for him or for us, so we'll see what happens. But he can only move 1 energy though. He can't move all of them. For some reason I thought he could move all. We're actually, never mind. He can move multiple. Okay, yeah, it says as often as you like during your turn. That's what I thought. So he does get fully set up Gyarados here, which kind of sucks. But I think we should still be okay. We'll see. Hopefully it discards his energy and not ours. 140 damage is a ton, and it does discard ours. Okay, we need to roll heads here, or I think we're gonna lose. So if we get heads, yes, okay. As long as he doesn't have a potion, Venusaur can take it out in one hit, but Venusaur cannot take more than 2 hits from this guy. Even with his healing, I don't think we'd be able to, so we're gonna need to take care of him here. These new Mythical Island sets are pretty dangerous. The Superior plus Celebi combo is brutal, and then Vaporeon here with Gyarados is also pretty brutal. So we're using one of the old decks against it, which is pretty dangerous, but hopefully we get lucky here. Oh, and he goes for blue. I forgot about blue. That really stinks because he can live another attack. And we don't have Giovanni with us, so this is actually not looking great for us. I mean, I think he's gonna have to choose what he does next turn. If he chooses to hit us, we should still be okay, because we'll be able to get one more hit off. So he's gonna have to retreat into something, but if he has a Starmie, then we're in a pretty bad spot, because he can transfer all the energy over to Starmie, and Starmie will take more than one hit to take out, and then he could probably retreat and move the energy over again as well, because Starmie doesn't have any retreat cost. So we may still lose. He's going for a Misty here. Hopefully he gets Tails. He already has enough energy. We do not need him getting any more. Let's see what happens. I don't know if they're praying or something beforehand. That's taking forever. They get 1, 2, wow. Okay, that is, what? That's the craziest Misty I've ever seen. He just got 7 energies, and he has Vaporeon. So he now has unlimited energy, pretty much. So I thought we had this win, but I'm not sure that we do now. He's going to probably transfer it all over to Gyarados to then retreat and still be fully set up. And if he has Starmie, is my guess, is what he's going to play. I'm not sure. If he doesn't have Starmie, I don't know why he's doing all this, because that's the only way he'll be able to live an attack, probably. So I think we should be able to take out anything else. Okay, I think he's got enough energy on Gyarados. Not sure why he's still going there, but we'll see. It is fun to watch how people are playing these decks. They're new, and so we haven't been able to watch much of them yet. And maybe he doesn't have Starmie. Okay, yeah, he must. And we don't have Sabrina, which... Oh, he doesn't. Oh, but... We're not going to be able to... This is stressful. Okay. As I'm thinking more out loud, we still are not going to be able to do much here, because we do need the 2 points from taking out an EX Pokemon. But I think we're still in a good spot here. Our one worry is if he does evolve into another Vaporeon, that'll take 2 turns. So if he has another Vaporeon, we might lose. If he doesn't, I think we have a chance. But we still might win, because he still is going to have to attack us twice. That's his only choice. And so, unless he hits us here, he's going to try and switch us, which is okay. We do have Leaf, and so I'm not too worried about that. And we'll just go into Exeggutor, can take a hit, and so that's not a problem. And Exeggutor can take out Gyarados as well. My guess is he's going to switch into Eevee, or not. Okay, then I guess we win. That was a stressful one. I was a little worried. We don't really need to switch out. We could, but Exeggutor should take care of him, and he does concede. So we're 2 for 2 right now, and we have beaten one of the new Mythical Island sets. So that shows some of the old decks we've talked about can still take on the new ones. Now, the new ones are definitely pretty scary. So, I mean, once you get the Mythical Island cards, I would start building some of these decks. But for now, the old ones work as well. So we are 2 at 2 now, so we're gonna have to go for one more to see if we can get the best 3 out of 5. Hopefully we do. We'll see what's happening here. It's pretty dangerous with all these new cards out here. Looks like we are running into a couple, I'm gonna assume, paid-to-play players or really lucky free-to-play players, because they already have the whole Mythical Island set. We're going second, but we do have Execute and Exeggutor. This deck that I'm running right now, one of the other reasons I like it is this is one of the only decks where it actually seems advantageous to go first. Most decks, you always want to go second, but I find this is one of the few decks we're going first is actually really nice. So it looks like he's running a Mewtwo EX deck here with Gardevoir, which is a common one we've all seen a million times. And I feel like our deck can do pretty well against it. If he gets Gardevoir set up too quick, we are in trouble. That is the main deck we've lost against so far, was a Mew and Mewtwo EX with the double Gardevoir. That's the one problem with our deck, is since it takes a while to set up, they have a lot of time to set up, which can be a little unfortunate. But we'll get off a Seed Bomb here and see how this goes. How are you battling the same guy you just beat? That's pretty crazy if you are. That would be awesome. Hopefully you can beat him too. If so, I mean, you know what his deck looks like, so that gives you a pretty good advantage. Interesting choice. Looks like he's setting up the Mewtwo in the back. He's probably waiting so he can get a Gardevoir and then just sweep, which is a little bit scary, but that also gives us time to set up, so it's a little bit of a catch-22. And Venusaur is one of the few Pokemon that can live a fully powered up side drive from Mewtwo, and so if we can get set up, we do have an okay shot here. But we'll see if we can take out this Mewtwo before he's able to retreat. That would be awesome. And we do get heads there, so if we can get one more heads, his Mewtwo is done for. Same name and icon. That's crazy. Wow, that's awesome. So you almost got me, it looks like. I know you usually try and match up with me, but you got someone I battled, so that's pretty sweet. He's using a different deck, though. Okay. So that's a bummer, but hopefully you can beat him still, too. Maybe he decided to switch the deck after what happened. So he is going to power up Mewtwo here. I'm feeling pretty good about our chances right now. I don't love that he already has Gardevoir set up, but we can live that hit there pretty easily. And I think what I'm going to do is I kind of want to get another card so we can get Venusaur, but I'm going to put Erica here. That way we can live a side drive, unless he happens to also have Giovanni, then we're in trouble. But we can live a side drive, so we can hopefully take out at least this first Mewtwo. Dang it, we get Tails, which stinks. I was hoping to knock out this first Mewtwo with the Exeggutor, but he's probably going to retreat now that he's at 10 HP, which does kind of stink. But we live to fight another day, and we can get some damage off here while we're waiting for Mewtwo to get set up. Not Mewtwo, Venusaur. Now he does also have Mew, which is pretty terrifying. I don't love that combo, but he is going for the side drive. Interesting. That's not what I expected. I definitely thought he would probably switch into his other Mewtwo so that he didn't get knocked out. But I'm okay with that. That actually is better for us, because I would rather sack Exeggutor here and be able to get rid of one of his Mewtwo's. I think that is the better play. That might be risky, but I'm pretty confident in Venusaur's ability to take out his other Pokemon, and so I'm okay taking the L here with Exeggutor. We have Erica and a potion here, which allows for a lot of healing on Venusaur. I should probably do the math to make sure it's enough, but he'll do 150 damage, and then we'll have 40 left, plus Erica is 90, plus 120, so I guess we won't be able to live more than... it'll be close. I don't think we'll be able to live an extra hit from Mewtwo, but if we pull another potion, we might be able to. And he is going to go into Mew, and I forget, even if Mew gets set up, we're in a pretty good position. So I think I'm just going to keep in with Exeggutor and see what kind of damage we can get off while he's setting up. Looks like he is setting up for another Gardevoir, which is pretty annoying. So I may end up switching, because I don't love that. Well, he's going to take us out anyways. So Pidgeotto and Sigilyph. I do love Pidgeotto EX. That's another one I'm hoping to try out a new deck with. Hopefully he doesn't have... I just realized Sabrina, or we're going to be in trouble. Sabrina is one that I don't have in this deck that I run in most decks. So I feel a little naked without Sabrina. I like to have that ability to switch out their Pokemon. But we've got next turn, Mew would go out if he doesn't get knocked out. So he is going to switch into that Mewtwo EX is my guess. And unless we get a potion, I don't know that we can live another hit. So that's pretty stressful. But we'll see what happens here. Yeah, he's going to put Mew back into his hand. And he's going to send out Mewtwo here. The Gardevoir double setup is pretty brutal with the Budding Expeditioner. I think we're going to see this deck that I'm coming up against a lot in the meta. Mewtwo EX was already super popular, and then now it's become even more powerful, and I think we're going to see a lot of this. But we do pull exactly what we were hoping for, so I think we have a chance if I did the math right. I'm not sure that I did, but we'll see. I mean, he can still retreat and go into his Mew, and he's got Gardevoir, so he can set up pretty quickly. So we might still lose, but once we hit him here, we will have enough HP from our Bloom to live one more hit from Mewtwo, unless he has Giovanni, but I don't think he does. I'm not sure if it's going to matter, though, because I think he's just going to transfer into Mew, and then he can just retreat back. So I think we really do need probably Sabrina in this deck. That may be something to look for in the future. Oh, never mind. Okay, he definitely should have gone into Mew. He made a mistake there. I think maybe he didn't realize how much health we had. But I'm glad he misplayed, because that gives us the dub. He definitely could have won there if he retreated into Mew. But there we go. That is 3 out of 5. So even with the new difficult decks that we've gone up against, Venusaur EX with Exeggutor is a viable deck that you can win pretty often with. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. We're pushing to 10K subscribers, and so your guys' support means the world. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to learn more about Pokemon TCG Pocket, check out this video right here, where I teach you the top 50 tips and tricks for Pokemon TCG Pocket. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.